Jonesy and Amanda.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
Everybody online.
The Jonesy and Amanda Show.
Gorgeous Amanda.
Mistress Amanda is delivering discipline.
It hurts, but someone's got to do it.
Bad Amanda, bad Amanda. All right, go see Jonesy.
And the Old Jonesy.
What a creep. I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Saying school and learn school.
Yeah, okay.
Out of the way, Dopey.
Jonesy and Amanda, those are names that you would never forget.
It's showtime.
Well, hello there, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you
Friday
going?
Junior, Thursday, we like to call it. I've been drip-fed photos from my daughter's wedding of last weekend.
And who's, like, people's phones? Have you seen official ones?
I haven't seen the official ones yet. I've just seen all the other photos, which begs the question, why do we even bother with official photos?
Was there some etiquette discussion around, or sometimes brides say, please don't share any photos until we do that ourselves?
No, I didn't think to do that. Although I am thinking about that because I did see one of the official photos and I looked great in it. And there's another one of the father-daughter dance. And I was looking at who's that fat, middle-aged, bald guy dancing with my daughter? And I thought, that's me.
That's why the official ones are good. Wedding
That's
photographers
me. Damn
know
it.
exactly how to get the best of
do
you.
I look that bad?
No, of course not.
Oh, my
But
God.
wedding photographers, they do it professionally. They make everyone look
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
See, this is if you see it's like walking past a shop window and you think, who's that old lady with a hunchback and a double chin? Luckily, it's never me. But, when you see yourself when you're not set for a photograph, it's a dreadful shock.
Which begs the questions, if you're in like the sex video industry,
Oh, I couldn't. The only
I don't
reason,
know how those people do
The
that.
only reason I couldn't be is because I can't hold my stomach in that long. It's the only thing that's stopping me.
Who's that fat lady having it off?
Having it off in a shop window.
I remember when I was on Dancing with the Stars, Todd McKenny said, you should watch yourself back. And I thought I was doing all right until I watched myself back.
Don't ever do it.
Oh, my God.
Don't ever do it.
And that lives in memory on YouTube, next to my turn on, what was that show? Real Full Monty?
Are you asking people to Google you? And
No,
look
I'm
at your
not at
bits?
all. I'm not at all. I'm just saying it's there. Anything you do, as the Gladiator said, what we do in life echoes in eternity.
Including our unflattering photographs.
Yeah. He also said, at my signal, unleash hell.
I prefer that one.
Jam Nation.
How fast can this thing go?
Faster than the speed of light.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Fast Five.
When I say it's time for the Fast Five. There are 5 questions before you. Can you answer all 5 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say,
I'll say what I always say, Brendan, and I'd like you to be a faster study. You only have to answer question 5 correctly to win a $250 Visa gift card.
is there going to be some sort of lecture component with this every time?
Well, if I was your school teacher and I said, what's 2 plus 2, and you said 8 every day,
Well,
what would you do?
What would you, I think we're at odds with what happens here. See, Claire of Ferntree Gully could quite easily go all the way
she
and
could.
get all 5 questions
And that'd
right.
be great, but she doesn't have to.
But that's the jeopardy of the game.
The jeopardy of the game is that Mrs. Penobscot, who lives in Upper Bumnuts, can come in for question 5 and win the prize.
Exactly, but that's explained by you.
Hello, Claire. Ferntree
Claire.
Gully, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Let's hope you stay on longer so Mrs.
Bumnuts.
Mrs. Finnegan from Mrs. Upper Bumnuts comes in.
Upper
Claire,
Buck to West.
here's question number 1. Which 4 countries, it's like a school question this one, Jonesy won't remember, which 4 countries make up the United Kingdom?
That would be England,
Mm-hmm.
Ireland, Scotland and Wales.
Can you be more specific about Ireland?
The North Island?
Yes, Northern Ireland.
There's still the Troubles? What's going
I
on
don't
there?
know, not lately.
It's been pretty good. Once the ISIS came along, the IRA went, oh, okay, we got nothing. You guys are nuts. Let's play Sing It Back to Me.
Sing it for me. Sing it back. Just sing it to me. Sing it back to me.
Hey, Claire, there's going to be a song here, and when the lyrics finish, you need to sing the next line. Here we go.
When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out.
Go.
Let me go out like a blister in the sun.
Wow.
Let me go out.
What do we do?
Wow, that's pretty good. What
Look at Ryan saying no.
Ryan, are you saying no?
Let me go out?
You said, let me go out
Claire.
like a blister in the sun.
Does that mean Claire gets a big buzz?
Sorry, Claire.
Oh.
I thought it was let me go out.
I thought it was Let Me Go Wild.
No.
Kevy's in Glenfield.
Hello, Kevy.
Kevy.
Hi, Kevy.
Kevy.
Kevy. We're not to do the Kevy chase.
Let's put a Madonna on, and then we'll come back.
One of those words wasn't right.
Hear every second of Jonesy and Amanda on demand. Search for us now on the iHeart app.
How fast can this thing go?
Faster than the speed of light.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Fast Five are up to Sing It Back to Me.
Sing it for me. Sing it back.
Just sing it to me.
Sing it back to me.
Now, sadly, this has to be word perfect, according to the world's policeman in this
Ryan
room.
over here.
That's the
Mr. Panickety
We've
Pants.
got Dave in Seaford. Hello, Dave.
Good afternoon, Jonesy and Amanda. How are you?
Very
David?
well. You have to get your singing pants on and have a go at this. You sing when the words stop.
When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out.
Let me go on like a blister in the sun.
Let me go wild.
That's it. I thought it might have been let me go off or let me go out, but it's let me go on.
I was this old, but when I found out that it's not that, I thought it was Let Me Go Wild, like a blister in the sun.
We're up to question number 3 for you, Dave. This is multiple choice. What age was King Tut when he became the ruler of Egypt? Was he A, 7 years old, B, 9 years old, or C, 11 years old?
Oh, geez. I'll go 7.
No, he wasn't 7. That'd be ridiculous. He was either 9 or 11.
In Bacchus Marsh, we find Christy.
Hello, Christy.
Hey, how you going?
Very
Good.
well. You've got 2 options left. What age was King Tut when he became the ruler of Egypt? Was he 9 years old or 11 years old?
He was 9 years old.
Ooh.
Doesn't it put other 9-year-olds to shame?
Yeah.
You know, you can barely tie your shoelaces, and there
And
he
here
is ruling Egypt.
The rest of them are riding e-bikes around
Yeah,
the
right.
pyramids, thumbing their noses
They
at
don't
the
even
Lord.
have their pyramids. Question number 4 here for you, Christy.
You know you're on the radio, don't you? Just check.
Which letter in the Walt Disney logo, the Disney logo, is lowercase?
I.
Yeah, it's I.
It's all about you.
Which city hosts the biggest comedy festival in Australia?
Melbourne.
It's
Of course.
Melbourne.
I was just looking at the comedy festival rundown there because I wanted to see what Hughesy was doing with Cooked because, you know, I'm a big Dave Hughes fan. Have a look at all the pictures of the comedians. They've all got headshots and, you know, doing sort of like comic sort of poses. There's Hughesy booting the ball when he was playing in that AFL
Wasn't
celebrity
he
game.
injured?
Well, someone went and took him out and smashed him.
And that's the photo he's
But
chosen.
have a look at him. He looks like he's a full-on
I'll
sportsman.
have to go and have a look.
Congratulations to you, Christy. You have won the Jam Pack. You will find a $250 Visa gift card. Maybe go out Melbourne Comedy Festival and go and say, Hughesy.
Maybe.
Tell him we sent you.
Oh, will that get me into special places or?
Yeah, if you
Well,
say Jonesy
by
and Amanda,
special
seriously.
places, do
if
you mean
go
up the back with your eyes closed?
If you go up and say, Jonesy said put it on the tab, Christy will let you in. I swear, he will. I'll give you his number if you
Christy,
want.
some conditions
You can ring him
apply.
while he's on stage. Congratulations, Christy. It'll be back again tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Jam Nation.
You know, I love public sculptures. Maybe I went to art school. I'm an authority on this. I did sculpture at art school. I might have failed
Did
it.
you do sculpture?
I did sculpture. I like it. I like seeing sculptures, historical sculptures, any sort of sculpture.
really?
I love them.
What are your faves?
Well, with Sydney, we're not really good with the sculptures. Victoria, Melbourne's got some great sculptures. You know, Sydney, remember they were going to do the big milk crate? I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
They were going to do that, and everyone went, nah, we don't want that. I reckon that would have been really cool.
Yeah, I do too.
There's a sculpture in South Australia, the South Australian town of Mount Gambier. Its official name is Cast in Blue. Its unofficial name is Blue Blob.
Oh, yes.
You've seen this.
Yeah, I have.
And I
it's
really
like,
love
it's
it.
like as if a penguin had joined the Blue Man Group.
Yeah, it's like a penguin / armadillo / elephant. And it's in Mount Gambier there. And this lady has been charged because she vandalised the statue.
What'd she do?
She, well, I've got a picture of it here. And then this is before, and then she's
I see.
put googly eyes on
Yeah.
it. If anything was asking for googly eyes.
anything will look foolish with googly eyes.
Yeah.
It's very hard to make something look serious when it's got googly eyes.
I like the idea of walking around with a pack of googly eyes and just putting it on stuff, garbage bins, because that brightens up people's day.
It does, because it makes you smile when you see googly eyes.
I don't know how the artist feels about this. This lady that was arrested for it, she's been ordered to pay $2,000 in compensation. She's apologised. She said that she'd been under the influence of MDMA.
Well, where'd you get the
And
googly
vodka.
eyes? Just happened to have them.
Just happened to have them. That was like me when I was at art school.
Where were
But
your googlies?
I dabbled in sign writing as well. And in my early days, I used to design logos for people, for various businesses. And my mate Scotty, the scamp, he used to be in electrical business. He was an electrician. And he said, on the side of my van, I want a cute little logo.
Oh, what did you do?
I came up with Herbie. So Herbie, I pretty much ripped this off other electricians, but he was a light bulb character with his hat set on the back of his head, smiling away, running to the next job.
Little legs.
Little legs. He had his toolkit in one
Little
hand.
arms.
And a little lightning bolt in his hand. you know.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, and Scamp, he loved it so much, I just gave him a rough drawing. He went to the local sign maker and they cut out a vinyl exactly as my drawing. And he had it at the side of his truck. And then one day...
Googly eyes?
He was very upset. No, someone had drawn a little male appendage because it was a perfect place to put it.
Right.
And he was going, I can't believe someone's vandalised my car. And he was so jazzed about it because he didn't notice for months. So how long's that been there? Because he'd be at the traffic and people would be going, good on you, mate. He was outraged. I said, look, proportionally, they've done perfect. Perfect.
You should have made it like that to start with.
Well, that's what I'm saying about this lady. She's put proportionally correct googly eyes on there.
Yeah.
So, you got to think about these things.
So instead of maybe throwing oil at the Mona Lisa or whatever, throwing paint, put some googly eyes on her. Everyone will smile.
Jam Nation.
Double A Chattery, the podcast drops today. You do this with your second best friend in the world, Anita McGregor, who is a forensic psychologist.
Have you moved yourself up the ranking?
Well, it's pretty much lay down misère, isn't it?
Yeah, she's my first best friend. Lay down, misère. She's French.
Anyway, Double A Chattery.
Yeah.
It's something that you get to do, and I like it. It's an enjoyable podcast.
Thanks, Grandma. Today, the podcast, we're talking to Barry Dubois, who friend of all of us, and I worked with him for so many years, and he's probably number 3 on my list of best friends on The Living Room. And when I first worked with Barry on The Living Room, lots of people say, why is he so stiff when he'd turn from side to side? And that's because he had a whole lot of really thick staples down the back of his head and into the top of his neck. Not long before I worked with him, not long before I met him, he'd pretty much been told he had 3 months to live. He was out in the surf. He hurt his neck and he thought, I better go and get an X-ray. He goes to pick up his X-rays. He rides his bike in, leaves it out the front. And he goes in and the technician did the X-ray and said, I think you should talk to the doctor. And he said, I don't have time to talk to the doctor. Just give me the results and I'll head off. And she pretty much starts to cry. Anyway, the doctor comes in and says, you need to call your wife and get your affairs in order. And there begins the making, I reckon. Oh, well, actually, Barry says the making of Barry Dubois happened obviously long before then.
Yes.
But the storytelling arc of Barry Dubois and the way to turn a life story around began then. And every day someone will say to me, how's Barry going? Because Barry shared his cancer journey. He had in the base of his neck was a giant tumour. And so he's had various health things since then, blood cancers, etc. Barry is still the fittest person I've ever met, mentally the strongest person I've ever met. So that's why it's so interesting to hear him talk about his mental health struggles as well. His wife, and he talks about this as well in this podcast, he and his wife went through they had 12 miscarriages of so many IVF attempts before they got their beautiful children through surrogacy in India. But so he had cancer, she had cancer. He said at one point, I think even his cat had cancer. They were up against it. And this man who is filled at the moment, you would think every minute of the day with self-belief. Well, it wasn't always that way.
Well, there was a period, as you know, that I didn't have self-belief. After all those miscarriages with Leonie, then Mum dying, then Leonie getting cancer. My mental health wasn't strong at all. I failed. And to fail, what failure looks like with mental health is withdrawing from human connection. withdrawing from the events that make you strong. It's not being curious on how you can be better. That's what poor mental health is. And I went through a really bad bout of that darkness.
I learned more from Barry Dubois in 1 minute than I have from other people in a lifetime. He's quite extraordinary. And as you know, he talks about resilience. He's learnt so much that he can share with all of us.
Realising that you are what you are and realising that having people around you can help, then you realise resilience is in all of us if we allow it to be.
So much of his story is fascinating. The reason he was on television, before he was on The Living Room, he was on a show called The Renovators. Do you remember The Renovators?
I do. I've still got the toolbox, The Renovators.
The promotional one.
Yeah, they sent
Really?
out a toolbox, like a red toolbox, metal toolbox.
Those were the days of television.
And there was another one, The Hot House.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Barry was sailing around the Mediterranean with his mate Pete Calhoun, who's on Better Homes and Gardens,
I know
an
Pete.
architect, a brilliant TV guy.
He looks like Willem Dafoe,
He
a
does
young version.
He does a bit. And they're sailing around the Mediterranean, and it's Pete that kind of is auditioning for this new show, The Renovators. And they're saying, oh, that's interesting, but who's the guy who's in the video with you in the background?
Great.
And Barry's saying, I'm a builder. I'm sorry, I'm not a TV person in any way. And they kept phoning. And then one day they phoned, and he was on a stretcher in the hospital. He'd just been told he had 3 months to live. And he said to them, you know what? If you call me back in a couple of months' time and I'm still alive, I'll do your show. And they called back, and that was the beginning of his television career on The Renovators.
What a great story.
And he's an extraordinary man. There's so much we can learn from Barry. So we have quite a long chat with him on our podcast, and I hope you love it.
And it drops today, AAChattery or DAC.com. You haven't put that. It's AAChattery.com or where you get your podcasts from.
Absolutely.
You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
Right now, by the miracle of recording,
Jonesy and Amanda.
We'll do it live!
Jonesy and Amanda, those are two great names.
Such a scam.
I'm not a scab.
Sense the chemistry between them, but how much of that is real?
Mind your own business and shut your pie hole.
I wish you well with your show.
Did you like the smart jacket I wore into work today?
I did. It's a like a lightweight sports jacket.
It's a sports jacket. I've got...
when I see you in your civvies, it's like seeing you in mufti because we're going to something after the show.
We're going
so
to a function tonight.
You've come in mufti.
Yeah, I'm wearing a jacket. People say, hey, what's going on with you today? And I said, I had a court appearance. You can't say that around here. So I said, no, it's just a harmless funeral.
Right.
Not even that.
Funny how no one assumed it was a job interview.
Oh, okay. No, because I was on the TV this morning.
Oh, that's right.
On Channel 9.
How often do you do that?
I do that once a week on Thursday. I'm very big in airport lounges and doctors' waiting rooms and prisons. And
Hoping they've got the volume down.
No one listens to what you say. As long as they see you having a good time, it doesn't matter.
So you
That's
could be
TV.
pretty much a cockatoo on someone's shoulder.
Pretty much. But I tell you something, I ran into someone that was quite famous. And I know Channel 9 is a dream factory.
Was it someone from Married at First Sight?
You know what I do with the Married at First Sight people? I don't acknowledge them in any way.
That'll show them.
Any way. And I was there one day. You know Shelley Horton, we've had her on her show.
I love Shelley.
Our show, her show. And I'm sitting there talking to her, and then she nudged me and made me look around. And it was that guy, you know, the drummer, the DD, the dildo drummer. You know, the guy.
From where?
He was on Married at First Sight. So she made me look at him.
And did he see you looking?
Yeah, I went, oh, damn it.
Was he holding the drumsticks?
Don't
Just
give
one.
these people any oxygen, okay?
Well, who was it? It wasn't Married.
Well, this particular person that I ran into, I went, whoa, you're a big deal.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Who
I think
was
it's
it?
something that he tried. Well, I'm going to hook you through.
You were hooking me through.
I'm going to put on some John Farnham.
And I'm going to hang around and find out who it was.
It's certainly worth
Are they as big as Madonna?
You'll find out soon on Gold.
Jam Nation.
Gold, Jonesy and Amanda driving you home. Did you catch me on the TV this morning?
Brendan, no. No, I missed it, just as you've missed the 2 episodes of The Piano.
I'm watching the piano.
You know, it would be like, because we talk about Married at First Sight, which is up against it, it'd be like if you were hosting just 6 episodes of Tipping Point, and I doggedly refused to watch those 6 but spoke about the chase every time. It'd be a bit like that. But no, I didn't get to see you. How'd you go? What were you talking about?
I can't remember. Issues. It's always issues. You know, kids on e-bikes, petrol, all that
All
junk.
your faves.
Yeah, I just sit there and do the...
Gurn.
I do the unicycle. But no one's really listening. They just have it, on in the background.
But you said, come on, get to it. You said you met someone famous.
I was there, and I do enjoy doing it because it's a lovely medium TV. But I was starstruck, really starstruck. Do you remember years ago the Old El Paso taco hard and soft commercial and it's got like a little Mexican family and they're enjoying their tacos. And the big debate is whether you have hard taco or soft taco. And this had gone on for some time. And do you remember this ad?
Yes.
How do you decide between crunchy and soft tacos?
¿Por qué no las dos?
And that little Mexican kid says, well, why don't you just have both? This bit here.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Yeah, which is Mexican for why don't we just have both?
And so who's the superstar that you met?
The little kid, it's 20 years old, that ad.
So are they Australian?
Yes, a little Australian
they're not on
kid.
tour, international tour.
Big taco. Can't walk the streets. Mia Gravdor. Mia, I saw her. And I was actually, because I was sitting in the green room, and then I
Superstar Mega Gabriel.
Anyway, she was there.
Why?
Because she's on the show.
Why?
Talking about it being 20 years old. I didn't hang around.
Talking about an ad being 20 years old.
Yeah, she's in the ad. I like those. She's 26.
Where are they now?
I love Where Are They Now? I love that sort of stuff. When you see those people, you
were starstruck.
Like it's sometimes because
And did you write a surname down somewhere? So starstruck.
Mia, it will always be Mia to me. But when you see, like, remember the Loopmobile kid? Remember this kid?
For everything mechanical, we've got it.
They'll fix the car.
Loopmobile will come to you. 133032.
That's 133032.
That kid.
There was
has
an
grown
era
into his adenoids.
where every child had either a speech issue or had a lisp or had adenoid issues. If you spoke like this, you're off.
He'd have to be 35 easy now, that kid.
And what's his surname? Oh, it escapes me.
But, I think this is something the Tribal Drum
Let's do
beat for.
Well, do I know you, the ad edition?
Yeah.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Yeah.
Maybe you were in an ad. Maybe someone you know was in an ad. We don't care if it's the most pissy ad of all time. We just want to share
the pissier the better, I say.
Pissier the better.
135522.
If you're a stand-in for Mr. Yawn, we'd be desperate to hear from you.
No, that's a mascot. That's totally different.
Is it?
Okay, look, if you're Mr. Yawn, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes. No, not Mr. Yawn, the stand-in.
No.
The more peripheral, the better.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Listen to the podcast whenever you want with the free iHeart app.
Gold is Jonesy and Amanda driving you home for Jam Nation. I was truly starstruck when I went into Channel 9 today to do my regular segment.
And you said you
on
ran
Today Extra
into,
with Dave and Sylvia.
Yeah, you ran into a big star.
Big star.
She's now a woman, but she was a kid.
I have Channel 9 one time, I ran into Liza Minnelli. Yeah. Remember that time?
Yeah.
I was on Kerry Ann Kennelly's show.
Yeah.
I was more starstruck when I met this young lady.
And what commercial was she in?
She was in the Old El Paso taco commercial.
Hard versus soft taco.
Yeah, and that's the bit. And can I just say, I've got a good hack for eating the hard versus soft thing. What you do is you get your soft taco, you put that on your plate, and then you get the hard taco with all the stuff in it, and all the detritus falls into the soft part.
Why not just have the soft one?
No, then you've got to. Then all of your leftovers are in the soft one. And then you add more stuff, and then you've got...
So you've almost eaten two in one.
Yeah, and no one's going to nick your one because it's all stuff that's come out of your gob anyway.
How delightful. But you were so thrilled to meet her, and you could not stop raving about this star that you'd met.
Mia Gravdor. Yeah, Mia and I. Anyway, she was in this ad. You know the ad.
¿Por qué no las dos?
That's the one. She says, why don't we have both? She was a visionary at the age of 6.
Wasn't she just?
And now she's 26. That's 20 years old.
Well, the tribal drum is beating for Do I Know You, the ad edition.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Can you top Mia Gavovisheva?
I'd love to be in an ad. I've been in a few ads, but nothing, big time.
No.
Yeah, like
Weren't
in
you the
Subway.
barking dog man?
So he jumped the shark then. That was the problem. Lindy's joined us.
Hello, Lindy. What ad were you in?
Hello. I was the funeral insurance girl.
Which ad was this? Were you on the phone or something?
No, I'm on the phone now, but I was the insurance line funeral girl for about 10 years.
Right.
On the Kerry Ann show and on the Bert Newton show.
I
and I did
Okay.
And if you want a really crazy one, I also did one for incontinence underwear.
Oh.
Right. And so you had to spruik this on the infomercials?
I did.
Yep.
And the question I had to ask the doctor was, how many cupfuls does it hold?
So you were acting in it. Lindy, that's extraordinary. I love your work.
Do you want to know how many cupfuls it has in it?
How many?
2.
That's pretty good.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, so you can actually go to a cocktail party and just stand there in your incontinence underwear.
That's not a bad hack. Thank you, Lindy.
You know what? Because there's an ad for Caruso's, some sort of thing about vaginal probiotics or something like that. And there's got 4 ladies demonstrating the various problems with their ailments. But my wife, because it's done up like the screen is done up like the Brady Bunch.
Right.
And the bottom left corner, my wife constantly says, oh, my God, that woman is overacting. Like
what was she doing?
The bottom left corner, she's doing this face. It's too much. The other ladies are all on point with whatever discomfort they have. But the one in the bottom left.
She's got a bigger itch than the others.
If I was the director, I said, okay, that's too much.
Evangeline, hello.
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda.
Hello. Have you been in an ad?
No, I haven't been in an ad, but I went to school back in 1972-73, primary school, with one of the original Milky Bar kids.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Blonde hair, or it was full
Blonde
Aryan
hair.
kind of situation. And
glasses in a cowboy suit.
Yes, a Milky Bar kid. And was he so famous in the schoolyard?
I actually don't remember him being so famous, but we all got excited when we watched the ads, and we always say, oh, we saw you on the ad last night, on the TV last
Milky
night.
Bars are on me.
Dressed up as a tiny little cowboy.
It wouldn't have stood out because Australia was pretty much all white back then.
No, but not everyone went to school dressed as a cowboy.
No, exactly. Remember Kevin Rudd said he looked like the Milky Bar kid.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Evangeline. Sue has joined us.
Hello, Sue. What ad are we talking about?
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda. Now, I can't remember the company, but it was a health insurance ad, and it was where this guy was in the men's toilet at the trough, and another big guy walks into the toilet, and this other guy panics and zips his zip up very fast and catches his ding-a-ling.
Oh.
So I worked with the guy, the big guy that walked in. The scary-looking guy.
And was he an actor or just an extra? How did he come to be in the ad?
He used to try out, he used to do all the extra stuff. So this is going back about 24 years. So, he used to, I think it was on 1 or 2 other things, but that was the main one that I saw him on. So.
We'd rather know the guy that walked in rather than the guy that had caught himself in it.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of ads, with the disinfectants and stuff. Have you seen that guy, like they're talking about this spray that gets rid of smells, and then there's a guy who's got a mow and he sort of thumbs back at the toilet. Can they sort this out?
And imagine his family say, Dad, your ad's on.
You're going to be a star, kid.
Jam Nation.
I was starstruck today at Channel 9. It wasn't someone from Married at First Sight wandering the corridors.
No, you were so starstruck. This is who you saw.
Mia Gravdor. Okay.
You've spoken about Little Since.
I was tongue-tied. But if you don't know who Mia her is, she is a little kid. Agraviador from the Old El Paso soft and hard taco ad. She's the one who said, why not have both? Why isn't Mia running the country?
Well, you met her, and that ad is now 20 years old.
Yeah. I watch a lot of TV, granted, and I'd love to run into the Lubmobile kid. Remember him? Come on.
That's 13, 30, 32.
He'd be in his 50s by now. What about...
That'd be $30.
I was watching the telly and I could have sworn, those Amy Safe Driver ads?
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
I could have sworn that this guy he was a little kid, but this guy went to school with my oldest son.
I keep my seatbelt low and tight.
You know that ad?
He's not a little kid.
No, he's not a middle-aged, but a young man.
And last time you saw him, he was at school.
He was a little kid. He's a great kid.
Are you sure it's him?
I don't know. I see a lot of things. Like I see you on the TV all the time.
That's imaginary.
Taking everyone else's jobs. The tribal drum is beating.
Tribal drum's beating for Do I Know You, the ad edition.
Gail has joined us.
Hello, Gail.
Hello. I went to school with the Eragard kids. Remember that?
Yes.
Don't forget the Eragard and have a good weekend.
Oh, Mr. Walker. Hey, Mr. Walker.
Was it a little kid? The kid in the family?
We were about 7 years old, and he went to my school, and he was blonde-haired, brown school. He could have been in the Coppertone ad, and he was just a really lovable rogue. He was a really nice kid.
Oh, nice.
And was he just the biggest star of the universe?
Oh, yeah, he was amazing. And every Friday afternoon, the teacher would get him to say that same thing. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, and it had Maxie Walker in it. Remember that? He'd be in the thing. Hey, Mr. Walker. Remember that?
Yeah.
Is that the same kid? Same ad? Hard to tell.
The kid was with Mr. Walker in the change room.
But we've been through so many cycles of ads, you can't tell.
Not in a bad way. I'm just, that's a problem with today.
Have a good weekend. Hello, Cindy. What ad were you in or someone that you know?
Hi, my younger brother was the original Pac-Man on the Pac-Man commercial when the first handheld games came out.
Oh, wow.
That's a big deal.
That was a big deal. Did he get a free Pac-Man?
No, unfortunately. He would love that. But
Get
no.
good money?
Not really. Not back then. You kind of did it for the love of it rather than for the money.
Yeah, I bet.
It's very exploitative.
But the first Pac-Man ad, that'd make you very cool, I'm sure.
Thank you, Cindy. We'll wrap this up with Lisa. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
What was the ad, Lisa? Were you in one?
It was, yes. I was actually advertised the cinnamon doll, the one that you press her tummy and the hair would grow and then you'd have to wind it back up.
I always wanted one of those, but wasn't it a Chrissy doll? There was Chrissy and her sister Velvet. Which one was Cinnamon?
Yeah, Chrissy. Cinnamon was the cousin of.
Oh, wow. I always wanted one of those
And what did you do in the ad, Lisa?
I just walked down the balustrade with her and all I said was, you can call her Cinnamon.
You walked down a balustrade?
Down
Sorry, the stairs.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant on the handrail like you were possessed.
Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, no.
Wow. Did you get a free doll?
I did.
Oh, good.
That was
wow.
Way back then, but I did actually do just one bit of media with one of the Channel 9 royalties of the day, Rosemary Margan.
Oh, yes. Was that like an infomercial of its day?
Well, funnily enough, it was a Maya catalogue for women's underwear.
Oh, no. Did you have to pose in your undies?
No, I was fully dressed, but yeah, no, it was quite funny. But yeah,
But Rosemary, on the other hand. Well, what a time.
What a handful.
That is just amazing.
Oh, I've really enjoyed the trip down memory lane of all those old ads.
Thank you for all your calls.
Thank you.
Jam Nation.
We're just talking this last hour about Do I Know You, the ad edition. I all started the Old El Paso Hard and Soft Kid. I met her today at Channel 9.
They're celebrating 20 years since
20 years.
First
She's
ad.
now a 26-year-old young lady, a very attractive young lady who's doing great things these days.
You were agog with the star factor.
I just remember the ad.
So much so that you were paying homage.
Mia Gravdor.
That's how you like to refer to her.
That's how they like it pronounced. But she's in the ad, it's the age-old debate, hard or soft taco. And she says, why don't we just have both? Why isn't Mia running this country?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? And then we were just talking about that. We're all settled down. Thank you for all your calls because we had some great calls. And then Jem Y. Rye.
Yes.
Tell Amanda what you just told me.
Well, I was in an ad myself.
You were?
Yes.
An ad for what?
For the Toyota Prado. So this was about like 2013.
How old were you?
I think I was like, 15 or something.
Yeah. So Firstly, you've been sitting in the studio with us. You
could have mentioned that a bit earlier.
Just
other things.
Yeah.
So tell us about your motivation. I'll get you. Tell us about your motivation. I'll look on YouTube.
Well, okay.
So
what was the ad? What was happening?
So I play like the gormless teenager in this ad.
That seems to be a recurring role for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got the ad. I've got the ad.
here
Okay.
So
Here we go.
There we go.
So there's a family in a car.
There's Ryan. Look at him.
There I am. So I'm like on my phone in the car, not interested in the family road trip.
Yep, here you go.
And then, gets a bit bumpy. Oh, the phone then goes flying out of my hand, and then I've rediscovered the world.
Is that what your face was telling me?
Well, they've cut you out at the end there.
Because your face just looks more gormless. Was your motivation to look like you've rediscovered the world?
Yeah, you didn't get that from the ad.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
I think you look cute in it. Tell me something. How long did it take you to film that?
That was 2 days of filming, I think. Yeah.
Were you actually in the car, or did you just sit in the back of a stationary car? And
No, we actually drove it around. The car was driven by a stunt driver, though, which I thought was quite interesting.
Yep.
And you just had to sit in the back being gormless.
Yes, correct, yeah.
And which you've demonstrated this last hour by bringing up this story right now.
Fantastic, actually.
What did you get paid for that?
I don't know. Can I say that?
Yeah, say it.
A couple of hundred?
Oh, no, it's like $5,000.
You're kidding me! All those years ago?
Yeah.
10 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was $5,000.
$5,000 for being gormless.
I think it was that much.
How much do you get for being gormless, Brendan?
Ryan, thank you.
Wow.
Oh, look at the...
Hey, on the comments.
the comments on the YouTube video. Okay. Someone said, I hate this ad so much.
It's the accountant.
11 years ago, Vanilla Bear 8 has said, I hate this ad so much.
Why would you go onto the site of the ad and write that?
I don't know. I must have really hated it.
So
I thought it was pretty good.
I think we retrospectively hunt that person.
Extraordinary.
Well, good on you, mate.
Look, okay.
$5,000.
Coming up in the next hour, I have been lured into sharing misinformation on this show.
Oh.
I'm not apologising because I was lured into telling an untruth.
Okay.
I will tell you what's gone on.
Also, Instagram is back. Your chance to win $2,000, which is chump change compared to what Ryan was making all those years ago.
I know, I'm outraged.
But Instagram is here. If you'd like to play, jonesyandamanda.com.au. That's coming up on Gold.
Jonesy and Amanda. You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
We had so many requests for them to do it again.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Man, that hate that cracks me up.
Maybe you should lay off the moonshine.
Jonesy's always knocking Amanda.
It's so easy.
Amanda always knocking Jonesy.
I'm done. Stick it in the guts, Barry.
Hello there. If you've just joined us, well, you've missed so much. Last hour, the tribal drum was beating for Don't I Know You, the ad edition. This is on the strength of me meeting the Old El Paso hard and soft kid.
She was in an ad.
There she is there. Why don't you just have both?
That was 20 years ago.
Her name's Mia.
How did you say it?
Mia Glavdor. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Wow, you are a linguist.
Anyway, she, nice young lady, she's doing well these days, and we had people ringing up to tell us about their time meeting people in ads and stuff. And then Jen Rai told us that he was in a Toyota Prado commercial back in 2013.
That wasn't the bombshell.
But here's the commercial.
All right.
I just like seeing this. Look, there he is.
Oh, there you go.
There's Dad. He's in the back looking
Gormless
gormless.
teen in the back on his phone.
Yeah, hang
Go
on.
down a bumpy road.
Missing out on life on their screens.
This is my finest work here.
Here we go.
Look at this.
Now, what's this?
The phone I had in my hand goes flying because we're having so much fun on the bumpy road, and then I've discovered nature again.
Did that phone fly out of your hands because you threw it, or was it because the car was rocking?
Look, it was a little bit of both. Like, I like to think that the work I did there was quite complex because I had to make it look like it was an accident, but I actually was kind of just letting it slip out of my hand.
You are a physical comedic actor.
Well, thank you.
And I was stunned when you said earlier that ad, you worked on it for 2 days, a non-speaking role.
Yep.
How much did you get?
I think it was around $5,000.
$5,000.
And that was 10 years ago.
That was in 2013.
If you'd
It's more
invested
than that.
you could be a millionaire.
Now,
Brendan, let's Google what $5,000 from
so
10,000.
2013, you say?
10,000 from 10 years ago. How much would that be now?
5,000 in 2013 today is worth
how much?
$7,013.
Wow.
That's all right.
Wow.
There you go.
Good bit of bunts, as Brendan would
That's
say.
a nice little earner.
And that's for a non-speaking role.
Yeah, I think this is a theory. I don't know if this is true or not, but if you do a commercial like that, you can't go on and do competitor commercials. So there's a bit of exclusivity, I think.
Exclusivity.
It's included
Were
in
you
the
ever
package.
offered any other ones? No, I think that just took care of itself
That
without
was it.
the exclusive
cornered
role.
the gormless market.
That's right.
What about little Mia Old Mate? Because she had a speaker role. She would have got a lot more money for
Mia Old Mate.
Mia Old Mate. Mia Gravdra.
Yeah. I don't know which you prefer, that or Mia Old
She
Mate.
would have got heaps.
Yeah.
Jam Nation.
All right, I'm going to have to confess to something. It was not my fault. I have told a lie on this show, but I think a lot of people were duped. Do you remember, it was only a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about this very famous opening line from one of the most famous movies and stage productions of all time.
Yep.
From The Godfather. No, that's from The Lion King, obviously.
Of course.
Well, I had been watching a language podcast, an African language podcast, where it was explained what those lyrics meant, and that's what I shared with you guys. This is what I saw on the podcast.
Say it again. What does it mean?
It means, look, there's a lion. Oh my God. It's a
Look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
It's a lion.
Amazing, because that's the first time we'd ever heard what those words actually meant.
Yeah.
Incredible. That story went viral from that podcast, but our telling of the story also went viral on our socials.
Yep. So what's happened?
It's not all as it seems, and there are lawyers involved.
Wow.
I know. I'll tell you more next.
On gold.
Jam Nation.
Well, look, the story so far, those opening lines of The Lion King, these ones. How do I even apologize to you guys? A podcaster on a language podcast in Africa said he knew the meaning of those words, and he said it was this.
Say it again. What does it mean?
It means, look, there's a lion. Oh my God. It's a
Look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
It's a lion.
Yeah, and I shared that news with you. I said, amazingly, for the first time we've heard what those lyrics mean, and there they are. We thought it was charming and simplistic.
And it came straight from the font. That's you, so I just believed it.
Well, it came straight from an African podcast, so I believed it.
An African font.
And then I heard this news story.
Comedian Learnmore Janassi recently went viral on the 154 Africa podcast for claiming that Nansinyagonya Mabagi Tibaba translates to look, there's a lion, oh my God. However, the complaint alleges that Janassi presented this as authoritative fact, not comedy, and that as a result, he mocked the chant's cultural significance with exaggerated imitations.
Yeah. So he's a comedian.
Yep.
Learnmore Janassi. But he didn't say, here's a joke. He said he just presented it as information and people believed it. And that's what this law case is about.
Right.
So this is what, apparently, according to the person who's written the music himself, said this is what the lyrics actually say.
So what does the chant actually mean? The true meaning of Nansinyagonya Mabagi Tibaba is all hail the king. We all bow to the presence of the king, according to the composer Lebo M. Reports say he's now seeking a jury trial and $27 million in damages.
$27 million? Just for...
Wow. And actually, Learnmore Janassi was actually on stage doing a comedy show when he was served the papers.
What is this? What is this, sir?
Service.
Oh, shit, I just got served. Oh, shit. For those who are wondering what this is for, I did a joke about the Lion King. I'm paying for that now. The Lion King.
Wow.
Take on
So instead of it being,
Bagadi.
a lion, he's singing 27 million. Oh, my God, oh, my God. You know, all I can say is lucky for you, they haven't seen this.
Mia Agravrador.
Lawyers at 20 paces, offending everyone.
Don't get me involved with Big Taco.
You can see a whole lot more of Jonesy and Amanda on our socials. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Free money. Fast money. Extra cash. I need money.
Jonesy and Amanda's.
Indeed, 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You could pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right, $1,000.
You can make it $2,000, but it is double or nothing with a bonus question.
Nicole is in Berwick. Hello, Nicole.
Hello, Jonesy and Amanda. Love your show.
Thank you, Nicole. What do you like specifically about it?
Everything. You guys are funny and you just fill up my drive home every night.
Oh, I love
that's
hearing
well
that. Thank
said.
you, Nicole.
Can we isolate that for some sort of promo?
I'm going to get a tattoo of that.
Nicole, we can't promise you'll get Ryan money for appearing in the Prada commercial.
He had a non-speaking role in a car commercial, as
13
a
years
teenager,
ago.
and got $5,000.
Oh, good on you, Ryan.
I know.
Yeah, good.
We thought it might now be worth millions, so we Googled what would that be in today's money. It's
$7,013.
So it's not like,
Yes.
Yeah, well.
I heard that.
Well, Nicole, let's see what we can
nonetheless.
do for you. We've got 10 questions. We've got 60 seconds. If you're not sure, say pass. We might have time to come back, all right?
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Nicole, here we go. Here comes question number 1. Good luck. What fruit is the symbol for Apple computers?
That would be apple.
Question 2. Which colour cat is said to be bad luck?
Black.
Question 3. Who sings the hit Chandelier?
Sia.
Question 4. What's the main ingredient in sake?
Rice.
Question 5. Lachlan Murdoch is the son of which media mogul?
Pass.
Question 6. True or false? Rain contains B12.
True.
Question 7. Cleopatra was an ancient queen from which country?
Egypt.
Question 8. Adam Scott is best known for which sport?
Oh, pass.
Question 9. Thai baht is the currency used in which country?
Thailand.
Question 10. Who is Ryan Reynolds married to?
Pass.
Lachlan Murdoch is the son of which media mogul?
That would be Robert.
No, Rupert.
Oh, Rupert. Oh, so close.
And Adam Scott, do you know what sport he might be good at?
If I was going to say, I was maybe going to say cricket.
No, it's golf.
Golf. I would never have got that in a million years.
And
Ryan Reynolds,
you know
if you had a bit
this.
more time, I reckon you'd get this. Ryan Reynolds is married to...
No.
Blake
I know her
Lively.
face. Blake Lively. That's the one.
Nicole, it's like where your parents going through your homework.
Must do better, Nicole. No
Nicole.
more television rights for you.
No, listen, don't listen to Mum. I think you're great. I love you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nicole.
Good on you, Nicole.
Jam Nation.
I am a big fan of Wordle.
Yeah.
And it's been compared to Pavlov's dog in an article I was reading this morning. You don't do Wordle, do you?
No, I don't, because I focus on my life and doing my job and all those
Where's the
things.
evidence of that?
I know that you can sit there and just scroll on your phone.
Look, Wordle only takes a minute. I do Wordle, I do Strands,
Yep.
and I do the Mini, which
What's
is
Strands?
a little mini crossword. Strands is where every day it's a theme and you have to find all the words in the pattern. I don't do any of the, what are those Sudoku-y? I can't do
Yep.
I don't do the numbers ones, and I can't do more complex crossword. I just do the Mini.
I do Tetris, but in real life, I'm good at packing cars and stuff, putting boxes in, that stuff. That's
interesting because
IRL.
women are more are the majority of gamers these days. Anita and I did a podcast on this. The majority of people playing games are women, and I always thought that meant like holding a hand console and whatever. But Wordle is one of those, and many women are doing these kind of games. I've done Wordle every day for I don't know how long. I love it. And what I'm reading though, well, I'll read you what I read this morning. Wordle isn't a word game. It's a Pavlov experiment. In case you don't know what Wordle is, 5-letter word that you have to find, and you just put in various words and it tells you if it's in the right place or if you've got the right letter, etc. And you get 5 goes at it.
Mm.
It says here, Pavlov's dogs didn't decide to salivate. The bell became a trigger through repetition. Your morning Wordle works the same way. Same time, same format, same stakes. You open it before coffee, not by choice, but by conditioning. In the States, it's different for us because the Wordle doesn't drop. The Wordle drops during the day, I guess, for Americans, and us, you wake up in the morning and there it is. So you open it before coffee, not because you decided to. The pattern was trained into you across hundreds of repetitions. And this is because they have something called the streak counter. And that's what it does. It tells you your winning streak and you become competitive with the winning streak. The streak counter is the whole product, it says here. It converts something you enjoy into something you're afraid to lose. And it's very true. Miss one day and 47 consecutive days resets to 0. You start at 0 and they say that's the leverage.
Yeah, right.
So New York Times paid a low 7 figures for Wordle in 2022. It was designed by a man who's trying to entertain his wife. The games division for the New York Times made $1.1 billion the following year. And it says here they knew exactly what they were buying, a conditioned behaviour in 3 million people's mornings.
What did he get out of it?
He probably got a good amount of money because it had been free for people who are participating. And then I think now you need the New York Times Games app, which I have.
His wife would have let that one go.
I think he was paid well.
Yeah, but not $3 billion.
No, $1.1 billion. A 47-day streak means 47 consecutive days. You miss one and it goes to 0. So the streak turns a game you enjoy into one you're terrified to lose. And they talk about a whole lot of apps that have those streak kind of things with them. Apple Fitness. You have closed all your exercise rings today. You know, it's that kind of thing. If you don't do it today, you do it to please your watch more than anything. It's not your own achievement. It's so that your technology likes you. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, yeah.
And it says here, what's a Duolingo? Ryan, are you a Duolingo person?
I'm not myself, but I have friends that have that app. It's like a language learning app.
But is it every day?
Well, yeah. So you build up a streak. I've had friends at parties leave the party to go and use Duolingo so that the streak doesn't end.
See, that's the thing. So the streak doesn't end. So that's where they get you. And it's all about leaning in. It's about buying the app. It's about the ads that you'll see when you get into the app, all of that stuff. For you, it's just something you think is fun, but it does condition you. And once they've conditioned you, who knows, what will happen?
Duolingo.
Yeah. I like the whole idea of the winning streak. Your friend Scott almost did that on the wedding floor, on the dance floor at your daughter's wedding.
He did too. He was ribbing it. And you stopped him.
That would have been a streak that no one would have been happy with.
Because he starts once he
Once
starts
it
doing the
happened,
nudie run.
I saw him go for the belt, and his
you
wife looked around with huge panic in her eyes. So let's end it here.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Possibly for the best.
We will see you all on the Tamozapan.
Yes.
Tomorrow. That's what I mean.
That's Munzlingo, right?
Yeah,
there.
we'll see you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Catch up on the Jonesy and Amanda podcast. Download the free iHeart app now.
See you next time. Let's get the hell out of here.
Hear every second of Jonesy and Amanda on demand. Search for us now on the iHeart app.